Ended up getting sentenced to a year. Really started feeling the call at that point in my heart, like, you really need to go back home. I was getting ready to get released. I got a call to come to the front. There was a phone call, and I got on the phone. It was, all I heard was sobbing, and it was my ex-wife, and she was calling to let me know that my 2 oldest kids were killed in a car accident 3 days away from being released. I had a lot of tough conversations with God. Just, why are you putting this desire to be a dad again to my kids on my heart if you're just going to take them away?
Did you go to the funeral or anything? Or
no, I missed the funeral. Drove all the way across the country to Vegas because that's the best way to restart your life. And I wasn't in Vegas more than 3 hours. And I had a hotel room, people in it, and methamphetamine going. Vegas was just in and out. I mean, non-stop. I had 53 B and C level felonies. I ended up getting sentenced to a 2 to 5 on one charge, and then 3 to 10s. When you get in trouble when you're in prison, they send you to the hole. So,
what's that like?
I got sentenced to 2 years. The hole has a way of bringing you to the end of yourself. And I remember saying, I'm ready. Part of the change when I said I'm ready in that cell, in the hole, part of that change was realizing that I wasn't honoring the lives of my 2 sons that I lost.
Wow.
And it was knowing deeply that if they were still alive, like the way I'm acting is not honoring their life at all. And that weighed very heavily on me.
That's powerful.
And so the call to come back by the Father, the call to come back was, yes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start living that life that's worthy. I'm going to start living a life that honors who they were.
In 1998, I was sent to prison for 18 months to 10 years. And while I was in prison, I was repeatedly raped by a prison official for a little over 6 months. When my day finally came to get out, they took me to the bus station in Kalamazoo, put me on a bus to Grand Rapids, and it was like I walked out of the prison and just buried it, like it never happened. And went on about my life, went to the correction center for 3 months and then went home on tether. Got a job, I could be with my kids and my husband again. And it was like it never happened, other than the nightmares at night, And then one day I was sitting in my parole officer's office reporting, and he got a phone call. So I had to meet with the investigator from Internal Affairs and tell him my story. And that's when I learned that there were 7 other victims. So we went down for the sentencing, and I told the judge I wanted him to go to prison for a long time. I wanted him to know what it was like to be told what to do, when to do it, where to do it, and how to do it. But I also told the judge that not even he deserved to get raped when he was in prison.
How did you get yourself to that point? It sounds like you had some forgiveness in your heart.
It was lots of counseling, lots of talking, and I learned every time I told my story, I healed a little bit more.
So when I'm sitting here in this place, man, everything that I did on my power got me to here. It didn't get me what it was doing before in my life, making me advance. It got me to my most shallow spot when I relied on myself because I was broke. Because the Lord broke me. He knew I needed to be broken, brought down to my knees, all my pride taken away, just bring me down. So I am just face down on the ground and I got nowhere to go. And I'm just begging, like, please, I need something. And I said, Lord, I know you're talking to me. You see me at my lowest right now. If you can do anything with this, use me and I'll do what you want. But it's a beautiful thing when you can talk to somebody because of what you've been through and go, listen, there is some great things out there waiting for you. But here, let me show you how you get to them. Seeing people come out of their shell of pain and torment that they live in and seeing them get that glimmer of hope in their eyes. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about with what you've done in life. It's, you see that dull look on their face the first time you meet them, that hollow look, that crushed look, right? And then as you spend time with them and serve and love on them, when they start getting that twinkle in their eyes and that little pep and that little like excitement in their voice, that's what I love. I love serving others and helping walk alongside them, seeing them come out of that despair and when they start feeling that hope and get some joy back in their lives.